Today we hope to provide you with information about climate change, how it might affect people, and the solutions to climate change such as renewable energy, energy efficiency, and community organising.
Waminjika, that means welcome in the Wurrung language. I'm a Wurundjeri woman. The land we're meeting on today is my father's traditional land, the land of the Wurundjeri people. I stand tall on my father's land. The Wurundjeri people have a social totem, Bunjil, the eagle. Bunjil created great people from the land. That's why we call the land our mother, or the mother of creation. The trees and the birds were also created from the land. You can establish buildings and put bitumen on the roads to try and hide the land. But the earth is still under there. Never can the land be taken away. The land will always belong to Aboriginal people, as we are a part of the land and the land is a part of us. And we as the custodians of this land offer you a hearty welcome to this land and hope that together as citizens of this beautiful country we can build on and develop a united and stronger nation for all people. And finally I'd like to close in my language, the Wurrung language, Waminjika, Wurundjeri, Balak, Yiman, Kundibik. That means you're welcome to the land of the Wurundjeri people. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Climate change, what does it actually mean? Well, for me it's been a bit of a growing awareness thing. Starting way back in year 8, I won't mention when, but I was lucky enough to have good science teachers at secondary school. And at that time we learned about the greenhouse effect, basically about different gases in our atmosphere that trap heat around planet Earth and basically make life on Earth possible. Then later in high school and again at university, we were taught about the physiological responses of plants to different temperatures of air, water, soil. Now of course I can't remember any of the details, but I can remember learning about species being very finely tuned with the temperatures that they live in and having quite strict limitations as to how far they can adapt to changes in those temperatures and those conditions.
Take these flapping wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
Last year, Australia recorded its warmest year on record. It was 1 degree centigrade above average. In addition to being warm, the early months of 2005 were also very dry. Scientists agree that climate change is happening due to an increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the enhanced greenhouse effect, and this is a result of burning fossil fuels such as coal and oil for energy. In Australia, the CSIRO projects effects such as more heat waves and fewer frosts, more prolonged drought and heavy rains, increased sea levels, an increase in severe weather events and a higher risk of bushfire. Until recently, debate has focused on the science and the environmental dimensions of climate change. However, there is growing awareness of the social costs. More frequent and severe storms projected under climate change will threaten lives and cause emotional and financial burdens in Australia and abroad. Climate change will affect everyone, but some will be more affected than others. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the impacts of climate change will fall disproportionately on developing countries and poor people within all countries. In Australia, climate change will most affect low-income earning communities, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island communities, and communities directly dependent on their environment for their livelihood. At Friends of the Earth, we assert that Australia must make big and rapid cuts to greenhouse gas emissions. The sooner we act, the less the negative impacts of climate change will be. It is essential we transfer energy production from coal to renewable forms of energy rapidly. We can dramatically cut our emissions through energy efficiency technologies, particularly in industry, and through simply choosing to use less energy. It is possible and it's the cheapest and easiest way to reduce our emissions. Individuals can reduce their personal emissions at home, and we encourage you to do so. But we also must unite as communities and demand that the government and big business play their part and drive big changes we need to address this issue.
with their icicles and their drinks for only $1.50 a bar and $1.50. Grab 2 for $3 today, so it's all going cheap.
The Aboriginal people of this area, my ancestors, we were the guardians of this country. We never used the land to exploit the resources. Our focus was on renewal of the land, protecting it, because it meant our survival. Our stories were representing in our dance, was the way that we fought on our law, our culture, how we taught our kids, adults as well. So the first dance is the bundle creation dance. First bundle, the great eagle spirit, created man.
Unknown authors ask for help from aquarium blank walls. Their calls won't be heard by casino wheels turning or flame sculptures burning. Next upstream is Flinders Street Station. The occupation of a guy with a fascination with some bagpipe skills, the ears and minds with the sounds of another place. But back to this, grounded down by Birra-Rung, the South Bank goers and private school rowers can just make out the silent tick-tock of the Nilex clock. Last week in the shower I was dreaming of a city, a little bit like here, but the air was much clearer. People, hedges growing in the street, yes please, to no cars, and no smoke to hide the stars. It's frightening to conceive that no one is consistent but we ourselves. We can share, but you're
there is technical solutions out there, but it's not happening.
Get that dirty smoky down. Like this. We're going to pump it as smoke out. Pump it up, baby. Go on.